Deep in the heart of the Surrey countryside lies an extraordinary vet's practice.
OK, let's go. I'm going to bring her straight through to prep. So you're going to need to have a seat right there. You got a pulse yet?
Here, the hardest-to-treat pets from across Britain are given some of the most advanced procedures available anywhere in the country.
If we do the operation, although there's a high chance of success, it could fail.
Yeah. The practice is the brainchild of one man, Noel Fitzpatrick.
All right, Bumble, let's give it a go. Oh, that's nice. Hey!
Known as the bionic vet, Noel has invented countless operations to help heal sick animals.
Some people come and they expect you to work a miracle.
Please do what you can.
Yeah. But most people come full of hope.
Since last year, the practice has been busier than ever.
Her stomach is literally expanding by the minute. If it gets really big, it's going to press on the lungs and stop her breathing.
As Noel continues to take on new challenges.
Come on, able to walk within 48 hours.
It's the start of a busy week at the practice.
Good morning, Fitzpatrick Referrals. Natalie speaking. Can I help?
And over 100 patients have booked in for appointments.
It's Frankie?
Frankie.
Yeah. Frankie surname?
Walker, I think.
No, you two didn't even know then, did you?
Today, Frankie, the one-year-old dachshund, has a consultation to see if Noel can correct a deformity of one of his front legs.
Now, Frankie, please. Frankie. Sorry about the delay, guys.
All right.
Come on in.
Come on, Frankie.
Come on, buddy.
Please come in. Morning, morning. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Grab a seat. Hey, mate. How are you? Hi, buddy. Okay, and it's just the one leg, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's almost when he stands on it, it's like that.
A bit now.
Yeah, so his wrist is collapsing when he's walking forward. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's really quite warped there, isn't he? All dachshunds have a long back and short legs. They have genes which make them that way. Those same genes can sometimes cause a problem with that short leg. Those two bones should grow at the same rate.
Yeah.
They don't.
Okay.
This one at the back grows slower than this one, and this one balls because it has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And eventually you get to a point where the wrist goes out and then it collapses. I'm pretty sure he's got pain associated with his elbow and his wrist. I know that this is a very upsetting situation, but it's not that he's not fixable. I just don't know what I'm going to have to go through to fix him. If it's too flabby, I may have to put a plate there as well.
Will the other leg do this as well?
No.
And it's not anything that we've done?
No. No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Owners Kelly and Daniel have been together for 4 years, and Frankie is the couple's first pet.
He is the centrepiece around the family now.
Yeah, everything revolves around him, really. So you sort of think about the dog all the time, actually.
Yeah.
But it's not particularly well behaved, unfortunately.
Which is your fault.
It's my fault. I don't
He's
discipline him. I'm too soft with him. So what's the next steps then? What do we do?
The next step is going to be that we would sedate him with you so that he doesn't get all wound up.
Okay.
And then we would do X-ray and CT.
Let's do that then.
My goodness, I need to have a whole stock of tissues for you. So if for any reason I can't save the wrist, I will ring you. And then when he wakes up, he'll have lots of happy drugs on board, you know. So he won't know very much about it for the next 24 hours. Good. I'll just go and check that Emma has the injections ready. Just give me a sec. Good, splendid. Thank you. Now, I know he's going to have a nip at my fingers, so I'm going to try and sneak in behind here. Okay. I haven't done anything yet, mate.
Hey, Frankie. Hey, buddy. All right. All right, buddy.
All right, you'll be pleased to hear I haven't injected you. So let's try pick him up and let's try hand him to Emma and see how that goes. Good boy. That's it. All right, mate. There we go. Thanks. Thank you. No worries.
Are you a bit sleepier?
Caring for dogs under sedation can sometimes be a messy business.
Oh, no. That just come out his bum. A lolly stick. What? Oh, it's a lolly stick. It's got a lolly stick. Considering the size of Frankie, literally for him to swallow it whole and barely chewed it, must have really been enjoying that ice cream, I guess, at the time. The head's fine.
What happened?
Like, he had a lolly stick come out of his bum.
Are you messing with
I'm
me?
not even joking. Got it here. And he hasn't even chewed it.
There's your car. Are you all right? You sure? He'll be fine. Try and be positive. Get lots of cuddles. You've got to remember, for Noel, he's the best at what he does, so you're in the best hands. I know it doesn't help because they're like our babies, but just try and hold on to that thought. Go to the pub, have a nice stiff drink. Bear in mind they've got tellies in their kennels and they've all got aircon, so they're probably in the most nicest place at the moment.
In fact, a night in the state-of-the-art kennels would delight even the most pampered of pets.
Got underfloor heating, mattresses, some of them even TVs and radios. So if they're missing any of their favourite sort of TV programmes from home, they can, catch up whilst they're in.
It's just giving them a bit of comfort. It's just trying to predict whether are they cold, are they hot, are they feeling a bit scared, would they like a little snuggly blanket, would they like a little toy. I think we're just taking care of their emotional needs. Just mother them a little bit. Can't help ourselves.
The latest arrival to check in at the practice is Willow the Labrador, who's come in with his owner, Rachel.
This is Willow. He's 10 months old, and he's here today because he's got a problem with his hip. Willow is very, very special. The love I have for him, I couldn't even begin to put into words.
Willow is no ordinary puppy. He is quite literally a lifesaver for owner Rachel, who suffers from severe allergic reactions to changes in temperature.
This is what cold air or drinking cold water does. Now, this can happen very, very quickly. This happened within the space of 5 minutes. 2 years ago, I had a big anaphylaxis and nearly died, and subsequently have been in and out of hospital 27 times.
Willow will be trained to be Rachel's medical detection dog, able to alert her when an attack is imminent.
He will have a huge impact on my life.
But Willow's training has had to be put on hold.
One of my colleagues has asked me to have a look at this little dog. From the X-ray picture here, I can see why. He's got really bad hip dysplasia. You can see here where the head of the thigh bone is not in the socket at all. So he must be in a lot of pain with that. He's going to need a total hip replacement. Now, Willow, please, Willow.
Willow.
Come on in. There we go. The first thing, a normal hip is a ball and socket. That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that. He has a saucer and a head that's beginning to remodel, like this. It's a ball that doesn't really fit the socket.
Oh, right, okay.
Point number 2,
Okay.
I'm going to aim to recreate that by putting a new socket and a new ball.
Okay.
The bone will physically grow into that cup.
Okay.
And that's a permanent part of his body forever.
Right.
The same with the stem. That's right. Oi, oi,
Willow,
oi! That's to show other people you can't eat the implant. Lots of people. Look at that. Look at that. That's my bone model. Oh yeah. You're a character, aren't you, mate? You're a character. That's right. Chew that instead of my lovely bone.
Will he definitely grow into that?
When we put that in, they do grow into it,
Okay.
but they have to have a perfect fit. And it's like getting new shoes. Sometimes you're a half size and you can't get shoes to fit you. So if he's a size 7.5 and all I have is a 7 or an 8,
It's not going to fit.
it's not going to fit.
Okay.
And then I would have to cement it in. I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll be worried sick. I won't sleep tonight.
Well, remember, it's the first time for you, but I do this all the time.
I know.
So, right, I'll ring you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank
See
you.
ya.
Thanks.
I have a new friend here, Kim, for surgery tomorrow, please.
Okay, who's this?
It's Willow Spence.
I just feel an emotional wreck right now. I thought I'd be brave and strong and not cry, but I feel so helpless. I wish it was me. It's awful leaving him.
Morning at Fitzpatrick Referrals in Surrey.
Yeah, I think you've gone too far. We're near Guildford. Okay.
Karen and Bill are bringing in their Shih Tzu, Emily, after she started walking in a curious and unusual way.
Okay, Emily, please, Emily. Hi, guys. Okay. Do you want to pick her up?
All right, yeah.
It looks like she's having great difficulty there. Good girl, Emily. All right, please come in. Yeah, I'm going to need to look at that.
Emily's local vet was unable to explain what was causing her symptoms.
Hello, babe. How old is she?
8.
Good girl.
Got a brother at home.
Oh, I see.
Emily is my baby. Well, one of them, because Bert is my other baby.
Back home in Bognor Regis, life revolves around Shih Tzu Emily and her brother Bertie for all the family.
One day we were out and I said, oh, Karen, them lovely little dogs. She said, yes, they're Shih Tzus. I said, I beg your pardon. She said, they're called Shih Tzus, Mum. So I said, oh, aren't they lovely? Funny name, you know, for little dogs.
So tell me about this current episode then. What happened?
Well, it started in June. We came back from our holiday and she was limping. She's shaking all the time. She's doing this.
Right.
Put you down. Put you down.
Yeah, let's see her walk.
This way, Emily. This way. That's a good girl.
Gosh, she's hardly able to get around at all.
Right.
She's in a bad way, isn't she?
Right, it's very difficult for her. My darling.
I mean, that's terrible. I rarely see that.
Do you know?
I rarely see them like that. Can we take her outside, please? Because I just want to see her on some solid ground outside. Okay, all right. Now just walk up a little bit for me there and then walk back down again.
This way, baby.
That's incredibly bad. There's not a single leg coordinated with the others. This dog's all over the place.
Even after more than 20 years as a vet, there are still cases that baffle Noel.
It looks like one of those wind-up dogs. You wind them up and they just go like that. We very rarely see that. Oh dear, poor girl, poor girl. So, Karen, you can see that I've knuckled that paw over, like so. It should come straight back. It doesn't come back at all until I physically place it back. That means the feet are not talking to the brain. And because both the front legs and the back legs are affected, we know for sure that it's in the neck. We're going to need an MRI scan. Then and only then will we know what the cause of that is.
Emily is anaesthetised and taken into the practice's MRI scanner.
You never know if you can fix a dog just from the clinical examination. At the end of the day, I think we were all waiting in bated breath for the MRI scan results because it could have been really bad. Now, Emily's mum and dad, please. Emily's mum and dad.
That afternoon, Noel receives the scan results.
Hi. Now, okay. This is a very bad situation. This is as bad as it gets. You've got a deformity that has been there since birth. The spine should be straight, and instead it's bent up that way and down that way. And then you've got at least 3 further discs that are squashing the spine, plus you've got a disc explosion on one of those. In terms of what's possible and what isn't possible, I'm going to need some time to review every image to assess this, because this is not a snap decision. You cannot make a snap decision on this.
No.
I know what you're thinking is that it's a life or death situation, and frankly it is. And there's no easy way to say that. But equally, we at least owe her the chance of me reviewing and seeing what is and isn't possible. If I can't do something, you know, frankly, we're going to have to let her slip away.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Give me a chance to review.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
We didn't know that she'd got, she was deformed from birth, which hasn't helped her. Twisted spine, because she's never complained. He said she would not.
It's the discs.
But she's got about 4 or 5
3 or 4
discs that
are out. The one's just blown.
Noel will study Emily's scans in detail and must decide if she can be saved, or if she's not treatable, might have to be put to sleep.
Hello, sweetie. Oh, you like me, don't you? You like me, don't you? That's nice.
No, I don't normally get kisses from dogs.
One-year-old dachshund Frankie is undergoing surgery to straighten his deformed front leg using a revolutionary new method that Noel has pioneered for use in dogs.
What we had to do with Frankie was effectively break his forearm into 2 pieces and then straighten the top bit and the bottom bit so it was exactly right before fixing it in place.
Noel uses a unique piece of medical equipment designed for this type of bone deformity.
This saw blade is not straight. It's shaped like an ice cream scoop. So that means that when we cut the bone, we'll end up with a ball and a socket and be able to rotate it in 3 dimensions. Right, spray. Now we can see where we've made the cut, and this allows us to move the foot relative to the elbow and bring the foot back in a straight line.
With the foot now facing the correct direction, Noel has to fix the pieces of the bones in place with metal pins and plates.
Here's where we cut the bone, and here's a plate holding everything together. If I pull this instrument out, you'll see now it's now facing me as well, back in a straight line. That's pretty good. Very happy with that.
The operation complete, Frankie is taken to recovery.
Hey, you're awake now?
9 o'clock the following morning, and it's been a difficult night for Emily the Shih Tzu's family.
Bertie, our other little dog, just didn't know what to do with himself, really. Well, he knows something's wrong.
He's lonely, perhaps, is a word.
And then my mum starts sobbing, you know, so it's just very difficult.
I cried and cried. The tears I shed was, well, I thought, if there's a God above, he can let her get better, you know.
Emily faces a complex operation which could cost thousands of pounds. Karen and Bill don't know whether to go ahead with it.
I think she's had enough. Whether that's fair for her, I don't know, but I just think she's had enough. She's had a rough time.
I don't know if I want to actually put her through. It's a lot of pain she's had already, so
We'll have to see.
let's wait and see.
Yeah.
Now, Emily's mum and dad. All right, guys, sorry for keeping you waiting.
Okay.
Come on in. Okay, I'm sorry. I know you've had a tough night. Now, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that the deformity that she's had all of her life since she was a baby is not the cause of her problem. The bad news is that she has an horrendous disc explosion right there.
Yeah.
Oh dear. In the throat.
In the throat region, yeah. Just in the neck right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you take a cross-section through that, like so, this is the stuff leaking out of the disc, and there's no room for the spinal cord. And every little nerve in there, every little electrical cable is shorting out. So, you know, to cut to the chase on this, she will not survive as she is. So doing nothing is not an option.
Right.
Now, option number 2 is euthanasia, but we need to look at option number 3, which is, can we do anything? And the answer to that is yes, I can operate on this, but I can't promise you that the spinal cord will recover. And therein lies the risk.
Yeah.
There's 2 ways to look at this. Are you going to regret it more if you don't try and you want to give her the chance? Or are you going to regret it more if you try and you fail and then you put her through it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And cost-wise, you know, including the MRI and everything, you're probably going to spend $6,000.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you don't worry about
No.
the money. It's nothing compared to her,
Well,
really.
All honesty, no. I made my mind up. Karen will make the final decision. But I just thought, let her go. Poor little thing. She's been through a lot.
But my decision is that I want you to do whatever you can for her, whether she lives
Are you going to be okay with that?
for 1
Yes.
week or
Yes.
whatever.
Are you sure?
Yes. So, what happens now?
You will go home and I will ring you. Do you want to visit with her now in case she doesn't make it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right?
No.
Good. Good girl. All right.
I've changed my mind because I understand now, love.
Well, they've got to give her a fighting chance.
That's a really difficult situation for them. I absolutely feel for them in that situation. But I do think they'll regret it more if they don't try.
It was a beautiful day. And you think, well, if this is it, you're going to go on a lovely day.
Sorry, the dog will only walk backwards. Okay. Well, I wouldn't suggest we could stop the dog walking backwards if it was something the dog just started to do.
Back in kennels, Willow the Labrador is waiting for his hip replacement operation. Meanwhile, at home in Kent, owner Rachel is feeling apprehensive.
I'm very worried because of the risks of the operation, and having to leave him there was just soul-destroying.
Her home is equipped with a sophisticated alarm system, but without Willow, Rachel has to fend for herself in case of an allergic attack.
This is the care line system. This is what Willow will be trained to press. So say if I was upstairs in the shower and that change in temperature, something happened, he would come down and press this button.
Do not worry. Your alarm telephone is dialing for assistance.
Willow has already proved his ability to detect Rachel's life-threatening allergies.
Without any training, he's alerted me 5 times already. When I was asleep, he's come and licked my face, woke me up, and I was covered in a rash, which obviously is a warning that I'm going to start swelling and then be in a life-threatening situation. And I was just like a ticking time bomb, really. How many people can say, I'm going to trust my dog with my life? Not many people. And I have so much faith in Willow.
Willow is prepped for what should be a routine operation, but a hip replacement is a complex procedure.
The main risk with Willow is that he's quite young. So his bone could be a little bit soft. As I'm driving the implants in, I could fracture the bone, so we need to be particularly careful about that. That would be a disaster. Alrighty.
It's late afternoon at the clinic. Noel and his team are about to start a total hip replacement on Willow, the medical detection dog.
All right, time starts now. There was a huge sense of responsibility working with Willow. He's not an ordinary dog. He's an extraordinary assistance dog that saved somebody's life. I'm going to put this spoon in now to dislocate the hip.
It's a physically demanding and complex procedure, simply making room for the titanium hip replacement.
So I'm now making a hole down the thigh bone into which I'm going to put the new stem. It has to be an exact fit, so I'm just filing off the inside of the bone. You really can't afford to be a millimeter wrong.
Noel uses files, each one slightly larger than the last, to enlarge the hole for the implant.
The thing is that it requires a lot of force to put these files in there. And at any moment, that thigh bone could fracture. So we got to be firm but gentle at the same time. All right, we've got a problem now. Because as I tap this in, I'm noticing little cracks appearing in the bone. And that bone could literally explode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some wire around it, which will encircle the bone like a barrel and stop it from expanding. Good. Now I've got to look down the deep dark hole of the thigh bone, see if I can get a stem in there. It's coming up a size 6.5. I don't have a size 6.5, it doesn't exist. I'm gonna file away a tiny bit more and see if I can get a 7 in here. That's what I planned for, but the bone is now looking perilously thin, and I'm really afraid I'm gonna fracture it. I have to get the size of the implant exactly right inside the bone, because once I start tapping it in, I'm committed and there's no going back. So this is the scariest bit of this entire operation. Oh boy, 1.5 millimeters to go and it's stuck. I'm committed now. Come on. Yes! That is as close as it gets to exploding a thigh bone. Good. Now we need to get the head on. This is the new head of the thigh bone right now. Beautiful. Here we go. Now the final piece, getting it all back together. And pop. Okay, hold. Ah, that's better.
With the new hip in place and with metal wiring securing Willow's thigh bone, the operation has taken 1.5 hours.
Hello?
Oh, hey Rachel, it's Noel.
Oh, hello.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
I'm sure you...
How's Willow?
Yeah, Willow's fine. So I've just finished the operation and the x-ray pictures have just come through. And they look good.
Oh, good. Pleased to hear it.
So do you remember I told you that as I was hammering in the stem into the thigh bone that was the risky bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it was very, very risky. And it was on the verge of fracture. So I put 3 wires around it.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll have your mate back to you soon.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Yeah. All right?
Okay, lovely.
Okay,
yeah,
keep your chin up.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. This is the very thin bone that was about to fracture as we were hammering the stem in. It never ceases to amaze me that no matter how many times I do this, it doesn't get any easier, because you're always that far away from success and that far away from disaster. And that's the bandwidth of my existence. It's a tightrope every day.
Senior nurse Emma helps care for the dogs after their operations.
In the mornings, it's nice to go down to kennels, see the patients that you've been dealing with the day before, and just give them a bit of attention and check how they've been doing overnight. Yeah, mister. What are you doing?
5 days after an operation to straighten his left leg, Frankie the dachshund is ready to go home.
Oh, steady. Whoa. Good boy. We're picking Frankie up, so we're super excited. Haven't seen him for 5 days, so it's been empty at home. A bit lonely, really, as well.
Very quiet. The whole house is quiet without him.
We got it all ready, didn't we, last night?
Yeah. His bedding out.
Blankies in it.
Toys and things.
And toys.
Right, Frankie, please. Frankie. Right, so Frankie's doing well. There was no particular issues with the surgery, but I have one big bone to pick with you, or rather, a lollipop stick to pick with you. Where did this come from?
Daniel sometimes lets him eat the end of his ice lolly, and he basically just snapped it out of his hand. And I told you.
So this very pooey lollipop stick, the minute we went in, he went, whoom, and the lollipop stick fell out like a missile from his bottom. Congratulations.
Thanks, Noel. A little memento.
What else are you eating?
My shoes. And my lipstick.
Blackberry.
He's eating your phone.
Yeah.
Not the whole phone.
Yeah, did quite a bit of it, yeah. It's the discipline that
There might be something lacking in the discipline department.
I think that comes from me.
It definitely comes from you.
You're creating a monster, man.
He is a monster.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He's a wonderful monster, but joking aside, what you need to do is you're going to need to establish some boundaries, because the next 6 weeks is going to be traumatic for him and traumatic for you if you don't do this. And bear in mind, the bigger trauma is for him to break his leg. And he can do that if he runs or jumps. And believe me, you do not want that. So, you know, we might joke about the ice lolly and stuff, but it's a very valuable lesson. You know, you have to reinforce good behavior, and bad behavior is simply punished by lack of acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring him in. Right. There we go. Now, buddy, look who's here. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. The main thing you'll notice is how straight his leg is.
Yes, it's amazing.
His paw's facing the right way.
Yeah, his paw is facing the right way. Now, he's not allowed to lick it, so he has to have this cone on all the time. Come on, pop it on. There you go. Good boy.
Good boy.
So let's go outside. We'll walk him. Come on then, let's go for a walk. So if you walk ahead, I'll show you how to walk him.
All right, mate.
Now, as you can see, he's raring to go, and I'm taking some weight on his harness, right? And I'm keeping a very short lead on him, so that he doesn't get the chance to really put too much weight on that.
Yeah.
That's it. So we do this for 10 minutes, 4 times a day. A maximum of 10 to 15 minutes per walk. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. It's nice to
Thank
see
you.
you smile.
There are up to 50 dogs to walk every day at Fitzpatrick's. It's a full-time job for the ward staff.
They get about 4 walks a day, so there's different teams and we're just working around the clock.
Good girl.
Some of them, they're off their front legs and back legs and we have to carry them outside. Even if it takes 4 of us to carry a Great Dane out, we will.
one day after Willow the Labrador had a new titanium hip inserted, he takes his first steps outside.
You feeling okay, buddy? Good boy. I mean, the fact that we can get this dog walking around the field within 24 hours of surgery, if this was a human, you would not be walking around the field the day after your hip replacement. Dogs are amazing, aren't you, mate? All right, let's take him for a walk.
Noel is about to operate on Emily the Shih Tzu's chronic spinal condition. If fully successful, it could allow Emily to walk properly again and without pain.
Morning.
But it's a delicate procedure.
Okay, here we go. Every surgery is risky, but that's especially the case for spinal surgery because one false move and you could paralyze or kill a patient. It's as simple as that. I've just cut into the disc now and I'm scooping out the center of the disc that has exploded. It's like scooping out thick toothpaste. There we go, that's the culprit. So I'm just trying to scoop out as much of the disc material as I can.
Noel uses one of his surgical inventions to replace the disc and keep the vertebrae in place.
We invented the spinal screw to replace a disc which has collapsed. And what it does is it goes in place of the disc, pushing the two bones apart, permanently fusing them, because it has a special coating on it into which the bone grows.
Once the special screw is in place, Noel fixes the two vertebrae together with metal pins and orthopedic cement.
Okay, we're done here. Let's hope those post-op X-ray pictures look good.
The hour-long operation is over, but no one can relax until Emily comes round from the anaesthetic. Senior nurse Lucy is worried. Emily's rushed over for a chest X-ray, where surgery resident Porrick Egan takes over.
At like 6:05. Since then, its breathing hasn't been right. And then when I entered the drapes, it was like not inflating its chest at all, it was just abdominal.
Probably. Just get the post-op radiographs done laterally for her chest and then get her awake. You're operating in an area that's got lots of vital structures in there. So you've got the windpipe. You also have some of the large nerves that come down and supply the diaphragm, the big breathing muscle. And some of the vital kind of structures sitting in there, which if they're irritated or if they're damaged during surgery, can really affect the dog's recovery and may even compromise its recovery entirely. So it's always a worry with neck surgery.
Hello?
Hi, Karen, it's Noel. Well, I've completed the procedure.
Okay.
It was challenging because the bone is very tiny. And then, she was slow coming around.
Is she all right
She's
now?
all right now, yeah. She's stable now and she's waking up fine. It's challenging for the body, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's challenging, but fingers crossed, you know.
Yeah.
Say a few prayers and hopefully biology will smile on us tonight.
Okay.
Take care.
And you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
It's another busy morning at Fitzpatrick Referrals.
Hello, gorgeous girlie. You're so very well behaved. Come and have some cuddles.
1 week ago, Willow, the medical detection dog, underwent a total hip replacement. His owner, Rachel, is eager to see him again.
It's been awful the last week, not having him at home. I hate to think that he thinks we've abandoned him or something.
Well, I'm going to come and rescue the dog because it's just been abandoned. Come on then. You're like a little, whatever you are, Shih Tzu snack.
Oh, I'm going to see my baby boy. Oh, after a week.
After what seems like an age, Rachel and her life-saving companion, Willow, are about to be reunited.
Getting impatient. It's like, you know, when a minute feels like an hour. That's how it feels at the minute. Willow! Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. You've been such a brave boy, haven't you?
He has been a brave boy.
You really have.
Very good. Come on, mate. As you can see, he's walking fantastically well.
That's amazing.
Okay?
Yeah.
So this isn't bearing much weight.
Okay.
He could actually bear it all himself. Off you go. Come on. Come on, let's do it. There we go. So as long as you keep up a pace, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, do it. Perfect. There you go. Good girl.
Oh, actually, it's not as...
Easy peasy. Yes.
Oh, good
yes,
boy,
that's great.
Willow.
Well done, buddy.
You're so good, Willow.
Good
You
boy.
really are. Oh, thank you.
Right, good.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks
Cheers.
so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you, mate.
Bye-bye. Oh, I feel just enormously relieved to see him. I can't believe how well he's walking. It's absolutely amazing.
In Bognor Regis, it's been a difficult wait for Emily the Shih Tzu's entire family, including her brother Bertie.
All you got was Bertie, and he was running around, and I was talking to him. I said, well, maybe she'll be home, Bertie. We just have to hope that she'll be home. There you go, sweetheart. We were almost always in tears, all of us. Even Bill had a few tears. It was terrible, like a cloud.
Despite her difficult operation, Emily has been making good progress.
Well, Emily recovered well from anaesthetic, but it's early days. It'll be at least 6 weeks before we know if she's going to make a good recovery or not. She'll need hydro and physio.
Karen and Mary are back to collect Emily.
Now, Emily, please. Hi. You on your own?
No, I've got my mother with me.
Oh, Mum's here. Hi, Mum. How are you? You here for some moral support?
Yes, that's right, yes.
Oh, good. Always good from... Oh, always... I'll get it for you. It doesn't suit me, but, you know, I'll get it for you.
It's not your colour.
It's not my colour, really. How are you today, Mum?
Not too bad.
Good. So Mum's here for some moral support, then.
Yeah.
Very good.
So's Bertie.
Yeah. So we have our other friend here today as well. Hello, mate. How you doing? So, now, Emily's doing remarkably well.
Thank you very much.
Any questions you want to ask me?
No, she's going to be all right, though.
I think so. We won't know for sure till 6 weeks from now.
No, she's got to come over here swimming, hasn't she?
She's got to come swimming, yeah, for the next 6 weeks.
I can't swim.
Well, I'm going to put you in your cosy.
No. I know. I've got a big scar down here, a big scar around here. I'm sure I look beautiful.
You'll have one.
No, I might paddle, but that'd be about as far as I could go. I'll watch.
Yeah, so she's going to get in the pool. We're going to get her to move her legs and get stronger.
Yeah.
So shall I go and get her for you?
Please.
Right, be right back.
So get you in that swimming. Come on, round in that.
One of them little rubber soft hats, you know. Oh, that would just about do it, I think.
That's it. Well done. Look at you. Wow, that's phenomenal.
Noel's surgery has enabled Emily to walk normally for the first time in months.
Come on, buddy. Here we go. Look who's here. Look who's here.
Hello, darling. Hello, babe. Hello, my darling.
You can pick her up.
Oh.
There we go. Hi, Nan. How are you?
Hello, baby. How are you, darling girl? Oh, yeah. You're lovely.
She's still a little bit unsteady, but she's doing great.
You are, little. Oh, she's so lovely.
Her little face it just lit up, you know. And she ran to me, and it was just amazing. Because you'd think she'd just had her toenails done, you know. You've got the sparkle back.
Yeah, she's actually doing tremendously well. You never passed it till you decide you passed it, you know?
I passed it a long time ago, I tell you.
You're going to be in your cosy. I know that that's going to happen.
I'm not wearing no... You'll have the shock of your life, mate. Well, when I first met Noel, I'm only sorry to think that he hasn't got a wife. He'd have somebody to come home to and, you know, and to love. But it's a shame, really.
Let me put her in the basket for you. There we go. Well done. You're all safe.
And you've got to bring her back.
Yeah, we're gonna book that now.
You've made our day, I tell you.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
You've made our day.
Thank you
It's
so
my pleasure.
very much, because without you, we would never...
She would have
still
died
have her.
and we wouldn't have had her.
You all set, Mum? Shall I get you up?
Don't think about just getting in that swimming pool.
You ready? Here we go. Up,
Thank you very much.
There you go. You all right then? Gonna get an appointment for hydro in a week's time.
Six weeks after his operation, and dachshund Frankie is happily walking on his straightened leg. But Kelly and Daniel haven't stopped indulging him. In fact, he's put on almost a kilo.
I'm sure Noel would sort of empathise with giving the dog extra treats during their recovery, just to try and cheer them up a bit, but it's just human nature, I think.
In Bognor Regis, Karen and Bill are glad they made the decision to go ahead with Emily's surgery. She's got the spring back in her step and is happy to have her brother Bertie by her side.
There's no holding her back. She's brilliant.
I just can't believe that she's had a major operation and she is the way she is. So I just admire the little dog, you know?
8 weeks since his hip replacement, Willow is now well enough to start his training to become a qualified medical detection dog and is watching the professionals to see how it's done.
Simba looks after me, stops me from going into comas. Oh, and he's actually alerting me now.
Wow.
Good boy.
And is he always right?
He's always right.
Willow now is back to his lively, bubbly self. He can use his leg properly. It's transformed his life.
Good boy, heel. That's it, lovely.
I will call him my guardian angel.
Next time, it's life or death for an injured family pet.
You know, and I'm definitely not recommending euthanasia, but they'd have to make a decision.
Yeah.
A boy's best friend faces challenging surgery. And a football-mad Labrador gets match fit.